Morgan Parker and my sister Celeste, and together we're Hexen Arcane. Like, I mean together, but she's doing her own thing and I gotta figure out what she's doing. But today we have a very special movie for you. It was made in 1966. Oh good, you decided to get with the program.
Morgan, what? I have transcended the need for sleep.
Oh boy. I gotta figure out what's going on with her. So, what movie are we showing? Do you remember what movie we're showing today, or have you really transcended that far?
The Birds.
No, wrong movie.
The Birds 2?
No.
I'm gonna sit at the welcome table. I'm gonna sit at the welcome table.
Hallelujah, there we go, hallelujah. We are showing you, it's Manos Hands of Fate, right? Is that it? That's it?
Manos Hands of Fate?
Yes, that one.
Gonna sit at the welcome table.
So, like I said, I need to figure out what's going on here. I suspect some stuff because she's saying that she has transcended the need for sleep. And I've noticed that her eating habits have changed. So mine, and that's a whole nother story altogether. But we're gonna put you into this movie. Enjoy it.
We're almost there, honey. Just a little while longer and your vacation starts.
I'm getting cold, Mother, and hungry.
We should be pretty close right now. The agent said it was about 12 miles from Highway 10, and that was Highway 10 back there.
But you know we should have asked for better directions at the last gas station.
Listen, I've never gotten us lost before.
Mommy, I'm cold.
Okay, Debbie, I'll put the top up.
Never mind, Mike. Debbie can come up and sit between us. Now that's better, baby. Why don't we sing a song to help pass the time? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is
down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Merrily, 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 life is
down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily.
All right, mister. I see you have a taillight problem.
No excuse. Running late, first vacation, kid getting tired.
That's too bad.
So, can't you give us a break, officer?
Well, all right, all right.
Sure do appreciate it. We are running kind of late.
Okay, but if you're running late, you should have started earlier. Anyhow, no tail light. Have it fixed.
Thank you, officer. Wow.
Just a few minutes more.
See the way I really love you. Try. We'll have a ball. The heart is inside. I knew before when it opened the door. Love is today. It is the way. The way.
You, the one with that smile, yeah. Come over here for a while. Hey girl, do you hear what I say? I don't have time to be waiting all day. Just believe that it's not all so wrong. There's a reason I'm singing this song. Got a big question to ask. Anything? Do you want to do anything? Yeah. Baby, do a thing with me. It'll be so good. Come on and do a thing with me. You really should.
I wonder where they're going.
Man, like there's nothing up that road.
Now look, the sign pointed this way.
Mike, let's go back to the crossroads and ask those kids we saw.
Okay, but I know we can't be wrong. Look, the sign pointed this way.
How many times do we have to chase you kids?
Oh, she. Holy cow, man. You'd think we're doing something wrong.
Well, whatever it is you're not doing, don't do it somewhere else.
Why don't you guys leave us alone?
Come on now, no wisecracks. Just go on home.
Okay.
Get going, get
All
going.
right already.
I could have sworn we didn't make a wrong turn.
You must have. Where did the road go?
No need to get upset. We'll find it. Where did this place come from? It wasn't here a few minutes ago.
I don't care. Let's see if we can get some directions. Look, there's someone at the door.
back, everybody!
Hello, children.
Celeste, where have you been the last couple days?
Oh, that's a long story.
Usually I'm the one that takes off.
I'm going to show you.
Do I need to be worried about this?
No.
Is this life changing?
Yes!
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Alright, you guys, check it out. Hey guys, I'm Celeste here from Hexen Arcane. Still a little tired, but I did want to introduce something to you guys. I found this birdie. Hi, bird. So you know Morgan and I absolutely love animals. We are like animal fanatics. But this one's a little high maintenance. Like, it squawks all night. So I haven't really been getting any sleep, like, at all. And, yeah, my brain's, like, not working so well. But it's really cute. Yeah, it's just super noisy. You're super noisy. And, I tried to introduce it to Morgan, but it, like, I don't know, kept getting upset when I try to, like, leave the room and go get her. So I feel like, I don't know, kind of cut off from the outside world. Like, it just wants me to be around it all the time. And, doesn't want me to, like, socialize with anyone else. But it's okay because I really think this is a good bird. And I spent all my money that I had on getting it, like, stuff that it needed. So now I'm broke too. And I'm just real tired. I'm so tired. But it gets kind of upset. I think it's he. He gets real upset if I, like, complain a lot about stuff. So I'm, like, just trying to be chill and accept it. You know, as time goes on, I feel like it's getting better. Like, I'll probably sleep soon. And, like, since I can't leave the room, I haven't been eating anything but bird food because I tried to, like, order some food to be delivered. And then I realized that I'd spent all my money on the bird. So we've been eating bird food together, which isn't a whole lot of food for me. So I'm kind of hungry. Does this weird head thing. See, now it's quiet. I think it's chosen me as, like, its messenger, and it wants to, like, put out its message to the world through me. Because it doesn't want to talk right now, as you can see. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? You're a pretty birdie. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to have to find a way to get Morgan to come in here, because if I'm a chosen messenger of the bird, maybe she is too. Maybe we both are. Maybe it's our mission. Bird is the word, right? Bird is the word. It's been 40-something hours I've been in this room with the bird. I haven't been sleeping. We've been eating bird food. It's really clingy. I'm going to go find Morgan because I think I finally understand the message that it's trying to give me. And I'm becoming one with the concept of the bird. And this mission, it needs to go on. Everybody must know about this. The word must be spread. And I think that if we amass enough of a following, humanity will reach new levels. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. You notice it only speaks when it's just me. If I'm trying to talk to anyone else, it's totally quiet. Because I'm its chosen messenger, and Morgan is about to be too. And together, you will hear the word of the bird. So Morgan.
Yeah.
I finally got the bird to leave the house. And we are its chosen messengers. We are emissaries of the bird.
Okay. I'm not fully convinced, but I've been looking into like that reading material that I've been leaving on my desk in my room, so it's possible, right?
Look in its face.
No, I don't want to.
We are the chosen people. Others will not understand us. But I transcended the need for sleep, and I've almost transcended the need for food.
You look happy.
I'm so happy. I'm spending my days singing in a field with a bird.
Maybe I should try. I'll try it. I gotta get Celeste out of this. This is not normal. This is not right. This is not good. This is I don't know, Heaven's Gate, David Koresh. I don't know where this is going. I don't like it. I'll be back.
I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away. But the child, I'm not sure the master would approve, or the dog. The master doesn't like children.
We only want to know where Valley Lodge is.
Which way do we go?
There's no place like that around here.
Mike, I'm scared. It's getting dark.
Well, Torgo, which way is out of here?
There is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
No way out?
Well, you know, we could spend the night here, and then tomorrow
Mike,
we could...
Mike, I don't want to spend the night here. I don't like the looks of the place.
Well, it seems we have no alternative. Well, how about it, Torgo? Can we spend the night here? Well, I don't know what else we can do.
But, Mike, I don't want to stay here.
And the master wouldn't approve.
Don't worry about it. We're here now, and I'm sure the master won't throw us out. Well, how about it, Torgo?
I don't want to stay. Let's leave.
I don't know about it. I just don't know.
Well, Torgo, in or out?
Patient, dear.
Very well. The master will be very disturbed. I'll get the luggage.
Torgo, we'll stay tonight, and then tomorrow...
You cannot stay. The master would not approve.
See, you're feeling better already. Look at this.
Mike, I'm... You look so sinister.
Must be the master himself.
Oh, Mike, I'm scared. He has the meanest look. That dog.
I'd hate to run up on him in the dark or even in the light for that matter. That must be your master. Where did you say he was?
He has left this world. But he is with us always. No matter where we go, he is with us.
What?
No matter where he goes. What does that mean? That dog. It's the most vicious-looking animal I've ever seen.
Well, I hope he goes where the master goes.
There is nothing to fear, madam. The master likes you. Nothing will happen to you. He likes you.
Likes me? I thought you said he was dead.
Dead? No, madam, not dead the way you know it. He is with us always. Not dead the way you know it. He is with us always.
Mike, I don't like this.
Nothing to worry about. It's only your imagination.
I think that it's best that I show you to the bedroom now.
Oh, my God. Mike, what was that?
Probably some animal in the desert. Nothing to be afraid of.
I'm scared, Mike. Michael, I don't care what it is. Chase it away.
Okay, if it'll make you relax, I'll go out and see what it is.
What happened? I heard...
Stay here. Get back into the house. Get back in the house, damn it.
My God, Mike, what happened?
He's dead. Peppy's been killed. Get back in the house, honey.
Mike, what kind of place is this? My God, what kind of place is this?
I'll take care of everything, honey. Get back in the house.
Mike. Oh, Mike, what could have done it?
Honey, it was probably some animal from the desert. This place must be full of them.
Peppy? You went away, baby. You went away while you were asleep. Mike, I want to leave this place. Now.
Okay, honey, we'll leave right away. Where the hell is that caretaker?
Targo! Targo!
Did you want me?
We're leaving. Would you mind putting the luggage back in the car?
As you wish.
Right now. Fast, damn it, fast!
I'll be glad to leave. I've had all of this place I want.
Madam, it will be very dangerous to leave now. The master wants you.
Wants me? What kind of talk is that?
He wants you for his wife. He loves beautiful women.
Don't you ever try that again, you beast!
The master wants you, but he can't have you. I want you.
Stop that talk this instant, you hear?
He wants you, but he can't have you.
Mike!
Morgan,
Yes, Celeste.
welcome to the chosen people of the bird. Adorn yourself with feathers,
I have been chosen.
for you are one of us now. We must spread the word to others.
We must.
We're gonna need lots of money for this.
Yes.
If everybody contributes everything they have,
Every last cent will be spent in good measure to spread the good word of these birds.
yes. We have another bird member that has joined us.
We do.
And we're
hasn't
going-
revealed its name.
I don't know this one's name either. Oh, Morgan,
Yes.
do you want your lunch?
Yes.
It's lunchtime.
Celeste, I've transcended the need for sleep as well. I feel so
Is it magical?
great. Daily ration.
Yes, we each get a little bit of a scoop a day. Here. And this is all you need when you join the cult of the bird.
It's sustainable.
I don't even need it anymore. That went in my hair. I don't need food. Lack of coordination does not affect me.
Oh boy. No, I didn't just laugh. No, I didn't do that.
You will be judged in the afterlife.
All right.
So yes, most of my food ended up in my hair, but was yours delicious?
Amazing.
And that will provide us all the energy and nutrition that we need to get through the rest of the day. Just one little scoop of bird food is really all you need. So we save most of the food for the birds because we want to make sure that they have the energy to lead us and we have the energy to follow their great teachings. Morgan, speaking of which, this movie is a little creeping me out. Because that guy was like trying to touch that girl's face and it was creepy.
Yeah, that's still creepy.
That is why I stay away from people.
Yep.
The only people I like are the people that join our bird group.
The like-minded people.
Yes, the
Share
friends
our
of the
vision.
bird. And where there will be more of them because they will understand the greatness we are achieving here. Do you want to sing and dance with me?
Yes.
I'm gonna sit at the welcome table. I'm gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah! I'm gonna sit at the welcome table. Sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah!
Where in the world can he be? Mike! Mike! Let me out of here. Let me out of here now. Do you hear now?
Forgive me, madam. I meant no harm.
Forgive you? Just wait till I tell my husband.
I meant no harm, madam. I'll protect you. I will protect you.
Very well. I won't tell my husband. Now let me out.
Hey, Maggie, the damn car won't start. Margaret? Damn car won't start.
Well, that really fixes things. What are we going to do now?
I don't know, and I couldn't find anything wrong with it either. Hey, Torgo, where's the phone? Yes, Alexander Graham Bell, you know, telephone.
There is none, sir. The master doesn't approve of such devices.
Then where is the nearest phone?
The nearest phone is at the crossroads. That's 10 miles.
10 miles? Might as well be 10,000 miles.
Easy, honey. It won't help to get mad.
The master won't mind you staying tonight.
He has no choice. We can't leave. We can't walk out of here. The damn car won't start.
I'll just bring the bags back to the room.
Sinister. Sinister isn't descriptive enough.
Honey, we'll leave in the morning, and soon this place will be forgotten.
Forgotten. I'll never forget. Peppy's gone. I just hope Debbie will understand.
She'll understand. She's my baby. She'll understand.
I hope so, darling. I sure hope so.
She's my baby. She'll understand. Say, where is she?
Oh, my God! Michael!
Now, don't get wrought up. She's probably playing hide and seek. Okay, Debbie, we see you. Come out, wherever you are.
Maybe she slipped into one of the rooms.
Debbie?
Debbie!
Debbie?
Debbie!
Torgo, have you seen Debbie?
No?
She's gone. Help us find her.
She couldn't have gone outside.
The door's bolted.
For God's sake, don't panic. She's got to be in here. Is there another exit to the outside?
In the kitchen.
That door's bolted, too.
Outside, Mike. She's got to be outside.
All right, we'll look outside for her. Debbie?
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 Debbie? Mike, I'm scared. The animals in the desert.
Cut it out. We'll find her. Don't worry. Debbie? Debbie?
Now you be a good puppy.
Mike, it's the dog from the portrait.
Stand back, Debbie. Stand back.
Don't cry, Daddy.
Darling, baby, you could have been hurt.
The puppy, now he's got it too.
But you should never run away from us. Debbie, don't ever run away from us.
I want to find my puppy.
Where did you find the new dog, baby?
In a big place.
In a big place? Where, Debbie?
There was this big, giant place. It was so dark, but I wasn't afraid of the dark. And it had all kinds of funny people in it.
Where is the place, Debbie?
Over here, Daddy.
Mike, it's horrible. Let's get out of here.
Let's go. Get in the bedroom and lock yourself in. I'm going to find Torgo. He's got some explaining to do.
Hurry, please, hurry.
I want her. She's mine, mine, mine. Do you hear? I want this one. You have all the wives you need. She's mine. Look! Oh, you pretty ones. Let me see how good you are. I won't need you anymore. I have my own wife. I won't have to come in here to dream of having one of you. You're the worst. You were his first wife. He doesn't want you anymore. Now even I don't want you. I'm through with all of you. Through! Through! Do you hear me?
So,
In all seriousness,
yes, we are talking about cults today.
we are.
The cult of the bird specifically, which is an amazing cult and you should join. But before we do that, we wanted to tell you a little bit about cults because they're also interesting in addition to being something that we can have fun with.
They are. It's been a fascination for a long time.
Yes, and there's many cults that have done some weird stuff.
And some pretty terrible stuff.
So what exactly is a cult? Let's see, it depends on who you ask. But Merriam-Webster defines a cult as both the great devotion to a person, idea, object, movement, or work, or as a religion regarded as unorthodox or spurious. And yeah, there's no formal log, but there are how many cults in existence today?
As of what we know right now, they say about 10,000
Yes.
cults that we know of.
Now 10,001 because we have formed a new cult.
Oh boy.
And I think we have our newest recruits running around in this park behind
I
us.
think we do too.
So there are certain warning signs for cults to watch out for, and I think these are really interesting how cults operate. They really play on psychology, which is one of the topics I love.
And they don't exactly come like right out the gates at you either. They will infiltrate slowly.
Extreme manipulation. Like,
Yep.
you'll become friends with someone. They are taught how to make friends with someone and make them think you are instantly your friend, and then draw you in and make you feel like they target people who are alone or feel alone or ostracized or outside of others.
Oh! I think our newest recruits, they're okay, right? I can't see that far.
It's okay. Yep, they'll be
Okay,
fine.
they're good.
All right,
They're good.
so
Okay, we're good. We gotta watch out for the little ones, you know.
they operate on behavior control,
Yes.
so they dictate where, how, and with whom members associate or don't associate with, who they live with, where they live, and how they live.
Well, Heaven's Gate, for example. Men
Yeah.
and women live separately. And going back to the manipulative behavior too, if you've watched like on Scientology and stuff, they don't want you to leave, from my understanding as I was watching that special with Leah Remy.
Yeah, I
was
watched
very
that. It was really
interesting.
good,
Yes,
and they
very
really
interesting.
they work to isolate you from others. So they think the people that care about you will obviously try to prevent you from being in this situation. So they try to isolate you from those people.
Jonestown, they up and moved to Guyana.
Yeah.
David Koresh had a compound.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's...
Yeah, there's a lot of, taking people out of their comfort zone, out of their environment, and putting them in a new one where they control all the rules. So they regulate your diet usually through forced fasting. So people are a lot more compliant when they don't eat.
Yes.
And
that energy, like you don't want to
yeah,
do anything.
they manipulate a person and deprive them of sleep.
We've transcended that.
Yes, we've transcended the need for sleep through our cult behaviors. And they practice financial exploitation, manipulation, or dependence. So they say, turn all your money, all your resources over to us. And if they give any back, it is, done through like, oh, okay, I'll grant you this back. But I mean, I was reading about one cult where she said when members of the cult, they weren't forced to turn things over, but they were looked down on if they didn't. So it was sort of, I'm so disappointed in you. Or if they asked for her debit card to get something, they'd be met with, disapproval. And they were
guilt tripping.
Yeah, they didn't want to experience that, so they just complied. Yeah. And there's very rigid rules and regulations. For example, in the cult of the bird, the first rule of the cult is you do not talk about the cult of the bird. But the second rule is that you always talk about the cult of the bird, and it's very confusing. I didn't make up these rules, the bird did. They also...
I feel bird brain.
Yeah. Must have been that bird food you ate.
Probably.
So they practice information control too. They withhold information, distort it, or lie to, and practice deception. So they tell you things about the outside world that are not true, or they tell you things about yourself or the cult that are not true. They say, we are superior because of X, Y, and Z to other people.
Yep.
They minimize or discourage access to non-cult sources of information. So they want you to just talk to other members, just get your information from the leaders or literature from the cult, and not watch outside news or not get any information from outside sources. They make extensive use of cult-generated information and propaganda. So YouTube, newsletters, movies, and things like that. In a little bit, I'm going to tell you about one cult, the Love Has One cult, and they were notorious for their use of social media. They like really got it down to where they got a huge following online just through social media. And then also thought control. They require members to internalize the group's doctrine as truth. So everything is black and white, good and evil. You're with us, you're against us, you're part of us, you're not part of us. And there's no room for questioning in that. They change people's names and identities. So sometimes when people join a cult, they'll be given or choose a different name and they'll only go by that. And it kind of strips away their past life and identity.
I believe Heaven's Gate did that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cults that like commonly do that, or they'll assign titles to people. They use loaded language and cliches to constrict knowledge and stop critical thought. So they'll use like buzzwords and constantly use things like the Love is One cult. They use like chakras and, you know, like twin flames and stuff like that. Like all these language that doesn't really have any meaning besides what they assign to it. Or they take commonly used language and they change the meaning to suit their purposes. And using that language makes you feel kind of exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Because you're the only one that knows what that means.
And they use often like hypnotism, age regressions, things like that. And then finally, emotional control. So they manipulate or narrow your range of feelings. You're not allowed to express certain emotions, or those emotions are deemed wrong or evil or selfish. So if you are not fully accepting and loving of others, regardless of what they do, then you are told you are not being equal and loving and accepting. So if somebody's there like hitting their kids, they're like, oh, you know, you said a bad word when you dropped something. Those are both sins, so you're equally wrong. So you shouldn't judge others. And there's no difference in assigning what is good or bad.
They are adorable.
Yes.
And easily moldable.
Very easily moldable. The birds will like them. They teach people to block out their emotions like homesickness, doubt, or anger. You know, all of the things that would make people want to leave.
Another thing, too, that they get you to keep you calm is if you notice, especially like with Jonestown.
Santa, open it.
Oh. Here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll get them on the bird seed soon.
Yes. Fruit. The dried fruit is good, though.
Yeah, dried fruit's part of a bird's diet. That's why we have it. It's sort of the gateway into eating like a bird.
But if you notice, with a lot of the cult leaders, you will hear them talk in a very monotone, calm voice. It's very soothing, very placid, I guess. How else would you explain it?
Yeah.
Listen to Jim Jones, you know, even when everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid. Mothers, calm your children. Still calm.
That's a bit dirty, see?
In a moment, okay?
Yeah, and that way of thinking makes you think that their leader is above those emotions and better than everyone else.
And that they're in complete control of themselves. If they can speak monotone and they can talk gently and they can talk calmly, they'll make you feel like you do no wrong.
Yeah, and everything is always your fault, not the other members, not the leader's fault. I mean, they can group together and say, hey, this member doesn't fit and kick them out. But in general, nothing's ever the leader's fault, ever. All right, and then finally, they instill fear. But not just through, you're not supposed to be afraid of them, you're supposed to be afraid of the outside world. They create sometimes imaginary enemies for you to fear. And if you leave, you are shunned by the group, and you have to fear that as well, because that's now your family. And
the divinity inbred.
Yeah, they have all these.
It was the government. It was the citizens.
They have all these Insta friends you've made that love and accept you and compliment you and make you feel amazing no matter what. So anyway,
family now.
Yes, that's a little information on cults and what they're all about.
Again? How many times do you have to be told?
Like, wow.
Oh, hell. Have a heart, will you? Go chase that other couple.
What other couple?
Those idiots that went deeper in the desert.
Find them and chew on them a while.
We know that this road goes nowhere, so now get. No smart stuff. We ain't trying to jump on you. Just get.
Manos, thou of primal darkness, thou who dwelleth in the depth of the universe in the black chasms of night. Bestoweth the mother darkness upon thy faithful, to live eternally in her keeping. Thou dost make him most blessed forever. And thou who dost curse with eternal burning light those who transgress against thee, holy art thou, holy art thou, holy art thou. Manos will be done. Thy priesthood remains steadfast, thy priesthood remains constant, thy priesthood remains righteous. Thou hast taught us, O Manos, and we have listened. Give ear to our words, O Manos, and hear us. Hear us, hear us, for we are faithful, and thou art our God. Arise, my wives, give ear to the words of Manos. Arise, my wives, and hear the will of Manos.
The child who lives will grow up to be a woman, and as the oldest of the wives, I demand that she live. And from that time she was brought here, she must be killed. The child who lives, she will grow up to be a woman, and as the oldest of the wives, I demand that she live. And from that matter, she was brought here, she must be killed. The child who lives.
Why has the child been brought here? Why? And a female child at that.
She will grow up to be a woman, and as the oldest of the wives, I demand that she live. And from that matter, she was brought here, she must be killed. The child who lives, she will grow up to be a woman, and as the oldest of the wives,
I have never complained about sacrificing a man, but a child?
The woman is all we want. The others must die. They all must die. We do not even want the woman.
The child is a female. She must not be destroyed. She will grow up to be a woman.
She must be killed.
No.
I am the oldest of the wives, and it is my privilege to say that.
Enough! Enough of this stupid bickering. The child must die. If you persist in this foolishness, your usefulness will have come to an end.
Say what you will, I will have no part of this madness.
She lives. And I say she must die. I don't know what they're doing here in the first place. Torgo should never have allowed them in, and I want...
You have caused enough trouble. I think perhaps your service to us is at its end now. Silence! Silence! And now, my wives, I shall deal with the one who is responsible for the child being here.
Torgo. He's the one. Get Torgo.
You are responsible for this nonsense. We shall dispose of you later.
is a terrible mistake. The man, yes. The child, no.
Maybe she's right. Maybe we should spare the child.
It is against our will that we stay here. Do not make the child die to satisfy him. He does not need any more wives.
Yes, he has no more time. Older wives. Just the newest. Huh.
Jealousy is not part of us. Why are you so jealous of me? You are a troublemaker. You deserve to die.
Die? I may die, but I do not care. The child must live.
She is right. We will not kill the child.
But Manos would not approve. The law of Manos exists for us only.
Manos loves women. She will grow up to be a woman.
She may. When the master hears of this, he will be furious.
You are all mad, mad, the whole lot of you. The man, yes. The child, no.
Master, what are you doing here?
You have failed us, Torgo. I know of your visits to the tomb.
My visits?
The women have told me. They may not be able to say anything or move when you're there. But they remember everything you say to them. And everything you do to them.
But, Master, you have 6 wives. Why can't I have one for myself?
You're not one of us. Therefore, you cannot have one of them.
Yes, but I have one now. This one is mine. You'll never get her.
You have failed us, Torgo. For this, you must die.
Fail you? No. You have failed yourselves. You never kill them. I'll help them.
You have failed, and you must die. Manos, God of primal darkness, as thou hast decreed, so have I done. The hands of fate have doomed this man. Thy will is done.
Michael? Michael, where are you? Please, God, where's Mike?
Stop! What foolishness is this? Manos must be served.
There you are. She is the one. She has upset all of our plans.
This foolishness must stop. There has been enough trouble. Our purpose must be served. There will be no further insolence.
But the child.
We cannot kill a child. Yes, we can.
You have caused enough trouble. As soon as we have disposed of Torgo, we shall take care of you.
Your power fails you. I have no more fear.
Seize her and prepare her for sacrifice. Well done, my wives. The will of Manos shall be served. It is the will of Manos that he be sacrificed. Kill. Kill. Manos has decreed it. Kill. Kill. Kill.
Mark, help us. Oh, my God.
Margaret, open the door. Margaret, open the door.
Hey guys, Celeste here from Hexen Arcane, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about a cult. This is a really bizarre story of a small cult. They're really out there, I think, and I found it just fascinating. Today I'm going to talk about Amy Carlson and the Love Has Won cult. This cult was also recently in the news when the leader, who called herself Mother God, was found dead and mummified in April of 2021. So how did Amy get to be Mother God, who is supposed to be God incarnate to her followers? Let's explore a little more about Amy. She was born on November 30th, 1975. She was described as having a normal childhood. She was raised by divorced parents. She was getting good grades in school and singing in the school choir. Her family said that she did not make great choices, though, when it came to relationships, and she had several failed marriages in her 20s. That brings us to 2006, where she was married and had 3 children with 3 different fathers. And she decided to leave her husband, her children, and the job she had at McDonald's, where she was working in Texas, and moved to Colorado to live with people she met online. She believed, or at least claimed to believe, that she had a destiny to usher in a grand awakening in humanity. Although she had 3 children and became known as Mother to the group she led, Amy's mother has stated that Amy was never a very maternal person. She got into this cult life when she, after the birth of her 3rd child, met a man who called himself Father Love and convinced her that she was Mother Love. The relationship with this man didn't last for long, but the name stuck, and Amy had several men that were called Father Love over the course of the years that she led the group. She was the only Mother Love. When Amy left Dallas, Texas, she moved to Crestone, Colorado, and slowly amassed a following through posting daily videos online. While at most the cult had only about 20 full-time members that lived together, they extensively used the internet to reach a large audience who would donate money, buy products, and watch the daily live streams. The videos often got thousands of views. The group had a kind of new age spin to it, and many of the rules were some extreme or bizarre spin on some of those new age ideas. For example, focusing on chakras and encouraging members to wear clothes that matched a chakra color for the day, or eating foods that matched that color too. They would only eat foods that had been donated, and not much of it at that. They were not allowed to snack ever, and members were reportedly punished if they ever took naps. They also believed in planetary ascension and were proponents of some conspiracy theories. Terms that were commonly used within this cult were lightworks and twin flames, which are common terms but not always used in such a harmful way. But they had this appearance to the outward world of doing good and being good people. So I think that's what helped draw people into them. Especially during the pandemic, the message of love has won really reached a lot of people who saw that what they were projecting out into the world, a message of love for others, holistic medicine, and a spiritual path. It also provided a place for people who felt down and out to feel better about themselves, since members looked down on the people that did not join them and were still part of the 3D world, where the members themselves had achieved 5D status. They were able to reach so many more people than a lot of other groups because of how astute they were in utilizing social media and the internet to spread their message. Of all the messages that were sent out by the group, all of these beliefs were secondary to the idea that Amy herself was God. She herself claimed that she had lived through 534 lifetimes, including a stint as Jesus Christ, Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, and Joan of Arc. She was also supposedly receiving messages from someone on her spiritual team, the deceased Robin Williams, whom she said she communicated with from the other side. Members believed that ordinary people lived in a 3D existence, but if you join their cults and follow their belief system, you can ascend to a 5D existence, whatever that means. So if you watch some of the older videos, Amy's a lot more calm and tame, but as time went on, she used more alcohol and got increasingly loud, abrasive, and it seems downright abusive towards her members. And all of this was captured on live streams. I can't even play clips of these because they're so laced with profanity, but they're out there if you want to look them up. Amy at different times called her followers whores, regularly swore at them, appeared visibly drunk in the streams, and at one time berated a member for bringing her the wrong food when he made the grave misstep of bringing her meatballs when she wanted chicken parmesan. She was known for holding a cat up by its scruff, I don't know, just some weird stuff. Some people say that's fine, but some people said she wasn't very kind to animals and that she'd had other members just abandon their animals and tell them that they had moved on from them now when they went on vacation. I read a description about one video where it shows Amy locking a crying child in a closet. I didn't watch it because I think it would just be too upsetting, that poor kid. In expletive-filled rants, she called herself God outright. Often, live streams were openly racist and anti-Semitic, even defending Hitler and the Holocaust. The final father love was a man named Jason Castillo, who joined Amy in 2018. He was described as erratic, mean, and abusive to members as well. Both of them reportedly would abuse their power and status in the cult to have sex with other members of the group. Of course, the Love Has Won members denied being a cult, but they fit many of the trademarks that define a cult. Amy controlled many aspects of their lives. She did not believe that they should be sleeping, so members reportedly were only allowed to sleep for 4 or 5 hours a night, if that. That was a lot. She controlled what they ate, their sexual activity, and they had to turn their savings and income over to the group. Some of the more devoted members dispute these claims, saying that members freely turned over their money to the group, and ones who were complaining about lack of sleep just weren't devoted enough to the group. They said, why waste time sleeping? If you believe in something, you should give 200%, which apparently means not taking care of your body and getting adequate sleep. But as you know, this is one of the methods used by cults to gain control over people's minds. If you're not sleeping, you're not able to think clearly and rationally. A former member has said that while she wasn't ordered to turn over control of her money, It was very heavily implied that she should, and members who kept any personal funds were guilt-tripped and berated and were made to feel like they were disappointing God. The mission of the group was supposed to be to spread love and create a community, but this really wasn't the experience most members had. One man, Alex, left his wife and children to join the cult. He was found days later, dehydrated and wandering around the mountains naked with cactus thorns in his feet. He was told that he didn't have the right energy for the group, so he was abandoned by them. It took a while for his family to be able to get through to him and kind of deprogram him from the influence of mother love. Love Has Won was known for selling what they claimed were medical supplies, expensive crystals, and Amy performed etheric surgeries that were performed remotely. I don't even understand how that would work, but Amy claimed that she had cured the people she treated of cancer, brain tumors, and helped in cases of autism. Okay. She apparently charged like $88 for a treatment and said that this treatment would get rid of any bad energies that were plaguing them and obviously physical issues as well. Toward the end of her life, Amy claimed often that she had stage 5 cancer, which doesn't even exist, with cancer being measured in stages 1 through 4. She also was not known to ever have received a cancer diagnosis. Amy's health continued to decline, however, and there were times where she asked to go to the hospital, but the members refused to bring her to a 3D hospital. They claimed to have done this because Amy had previously signed documents asking them to never take her to a hospital under any circumstances. So even when she got really bad, they just refused to bring her. The cult members claimed that Amy was suffering so much and was so explosive and abusive towards them because she was taking on all the pain and suffering for the world. Kind of a martyr figure. When she finally died, they called her death an ascension. When the police discovered the corpse, it was described as being displayed in a rather shocking way, with the eyes appearing to be missing through decomposition, and there was heavy makeup on the face and glitter around the eye sockets. The mummified body was inside a sleeping bag and wrapped in Christmas lights. It looked like it was some kind of shrine to their mother god. It is unclear exactly when Amy died, but it was estimated that she had been dead for a couple of months when her body was found. The cult members hadn't reported her body found, but eventually, I think the owner of the house that they were at came back from vacation and reported it to the police. Amy died at 45 years old, but how did she die? Although she claimed to have cancer, that was disproven. In videos leading up to her death, she appeared to be increasingly unwell and eventually unable to walk. She also grew increasingly emaciated and had a graying complexion. An autopsy revealed that Amy died from a combination of long-term alcohol abuse, anorexia, and as a result of her habit of regularly consuming large amounts of colloidal silver, which the group sold and touted as having many healing benefits as a supplement. As an aside, the FDA says that colloidal silver is not safe or effective for any medical purposes. Not that they're always right about everything, but really look into something before you use it, obviously, as a supplement, as the results can be unproven at best and dangerous at worst. In the end, 7 of the cult members were arrested for abuse of a corpse. Local law enforcement was very familiar with this group, having received numerous complaints from families across the country. He accused the group of brainwashing people and stealing their money. Unfortunately, the cult didn't end with the death of Amy Carlson. Spin-off groups have continued with the mission of the cult and selling the products. There are 2 main ones which I won't list here to avoid giving them any more traffic or publicity, but they do continue the mission of the cult, although I guess they don't really get along with each other. Like, these 2 groups are like different factions of key members from before, and they don't cooperate on stuff. There's ongoing efforts to deprogram members and former members. That's so scary to me. It's hard to process how someone gets so much influence over other people and ends up convincing them that she is literally a god and should be catered to. Of course, I want to hear what you think on this case. Have you heard of Love Has Won? Do you think it's a cult? What do you think of Mother Love? Thanks for joining me in this discussion of an interesting cult.
Enough! The ceremony is done.
Killing doesn't help anymore. You're all finished.
You've said enough. Your turn will come as soon as we have disposed of the others. Go find the others. Hurry, before the night slips away.
At the window, Mike. I saw him at that window.
Okay, honey, we'll leave. We'll leave.
We've got to leave now. I can't stand it any longer. Please, Mike.
We'll hide in the desert. Someone will help.
The gods will destroy you. Your power fails. You cannot endure.
Destroy. The gods destroy me. Destroy me. I am permanent. Manos has made me permanent.
Your power fails you. You are losing your control. Even Torgo defied you.
And he was destroyed, even as you shall be.
Your power does not affect me anymore. Even your other wives do not trust you. See, I do not fear you, even though you beat me. Beat me again. Beat. I do not fear you. I can't go on. Take Debbie and run.
No, darling, we'll make it. Let's go. Nothing up that way. Let's go this way.
Mike, are you all right?
Damn.
Mike, we can't go on this way.
We've got to keep going.
They have gone. They have left the house. We have searched everywhere.
Find them. They must not escape. Find them.
No, leave them alone. We cannot kill a child.
Enough talk. Find them. Manos will be served.
I can't make it, Mike. I can't make it. Save
No, Maggie, we can make it. We'll rest here for a minute. We can make it.
Let's go back. They'll never think of looking for us at the house.
You know, you might have a point there.
Please, Mike, please, I can't go any farther.
Listen, we can lock ourselves in the kitchen. I have my gun.
We'll have to go back.
Okay. It might be the safest place, especially since they're out here looking for us.
Gary, I'm scared. Where's my puppy?
Please, Debbie, not now.
That sure sounded like shots. We'd better check.
This hour of the night, there can't be anybody out here. This is the boondock.
Well, sound does travel a long way at night. It could be clear over in Mexico, for that matter.
Get away. Damn the rain.
Vacations are fine, but this one should be great.
Yeah, the gang's coming up for the weekend. What a blast.
Welcome. I am Michael. I take care of the place while the master is away.
Forgetting you is the thing that I cannot do. Yet I know it is very true. I'm forgetting you. Remembering nights together won't be again. All our time had its happy end. I'm forgetting you. Don't forget the silly way we met. Don't forget the tender touch that set fire burning in two. But I'm forgetting you. April's here, and it seems you are oh so near. When I look, this dream disappears. I'm forgetting you. I'm forgetting you. Don't forget the silly way we met. Don't forget the tender touch that set fire burning in two. But I'm forgetting you. April's here, and it seems you are oh so near. When I look, this dream disappears. I'm forgetting you. I'm forgetting you.
Well, we're back, and so I tried to infiltrate the cult of the bird, and I got pretty consumed by it, but I'm better now. Now I have to figure out how to deprogram her.
Morgan, you're never done. You can't leave us.
Oh, yes I can, and yes
No.
I will.
No, come back to
No,
us. Come
no,
back.
no, no. I'm gonna get her home and deprogram her, and as always, hex you soon!
Any wise words for us?
Oh my God, Phyllis,
Oh,
yeah,
bird.
really perfect. Oh, I thought that was Fruity Pebbles. smell? That's what that tastes like.
I didn't think you were gonna eat it, or I would have.
I thought it was Fruity Pebbles.
Why would I have Fruity Pebbles? I'm a health food nut.
They made organic ones. I shop in the health food aisle.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me again today for another true crime case. This is a cold case, which I also love because I am super into forensics. I think it's so fascinating. I always have. And I love the developments that they have all the time. It's so incredible what they can do with forensics sometimes. So, this case is usually narrated kind of backwards because it was pretty much solved before the identity of the victim was known. So that's pretty unusual. It's a strange one for sure and very eerie. I will also have to warn you that it is really sad. It involves the death of a young woman and a fetus, and I know this can be a trigger for some people, so I wanted to warn you before we talk about this case. There are two primary people in the case, the first being the victim, Reina Marroquin. We'll talk a little bit about her first. I am so sorry if I say the names wrong. I am really bad with pronouncing things, and I'll be the first to admit it. Reina Angelica Marroquin was born on December 2nd, 1941 in El Salvador. This case in general doesn't have that many details, and I really couldn't find anything about her childhood or much about her life in El Salvador. I did find out that in August of 1966, she moved from El Salvador to New York after a failed marriage. She had been married, but her husband got another woman pregnant, so Reina left the relationship and wanted to get a fresh start in the U.S. She was determined to achieve success, and although she had moved, she kept in touch with her mother regularly and told her that she was going to be somebody someday. Just had this real drive and spark and passion. Not one to sit around, Reina moved into a Catholic home for single women, got a job at Melrose Plastics making plastic flowers, and went to school to study fashion. And in addition to this, she took classes in English and tried to gain citizenship. So she really had a lot going on. She was very ambitious and she took on a lot, and she seemed to do really well at all those things. Through the classes, she ended up befriending her English teacher, Kathy Andrade, and they grew to be very close friends. Reina told Kathy that she had a boyfriend, but she didn't reveal his identity. She further said that he was married and had 3 children already. Eventually, Kathy noted that Reina was acting really strange, and Reina finally confessed to her that she was pregnant, and the father of her child set her up with an apartment in New Jersey and got her a private doctor. She was convinced that he would leave his wife and marry her. However, as time passed, her due date got closer and closer. I think it's kind of weird that she left her husband for getting another woman pregnant during their marriage, and then she was involved in getting pregnant with another man's baby. It's a weird thing, and maybe that's why she thought that he would leave his wife, because apparently she left her husband, so maybe her husband ended up with the person that he was having the baby with. So as time passed and her due date got closer and closer, Reina started having doubts that he was going to follow through on leaving his wife and being with her. Reina was getting more and more upset about this as she worried about the future, and she decided one night to take action. One night she called his house and his wife answered. Reina then told the wife that she was carrying her husband's child. Right after this, the father of the child called Reina back very upset and told her he was going to kill her. Reina called Kathy in a panic, saying she had made a terrible mistake, and told Kathy what she had done out of desperation. She was scared that something would happen to her because of what she said to the wife. So she realized she really maybe shouldn't have said that he was way more upset than she thought he was going to be. And it didn't prompt him to leave his wife. It, in fact, prompted him to get really furious with her. Kathy went to Reina's apartment and she found it empty. Even though it was winter, Raina's winter things were still there, like her hat and her gloves, and there was food left out, but there was no sign of Raina. Concerned, Kathy went to the police, but when they heard her story and determined that she was not a relative, they dismissed her concerns, saying that Raina had probably just run off with her lover. Kathy would never hear from Raina again. Raina was just 28 years old at the time she vanished, seemingly without a trace. It wasn't until 30 years later that anyone would find out what happened to Raina on that January night in 1969 when she vanished, and it was by pure chance that any trace of Raina and her baby was ever found. This takes us to the second main figure in this story, business owner Howard B. Elkins. As you guessed, this was the mystery man who Raina was dating at the time she disappeared. I couldn't find out much about his background either, unfortunately, just that he was married, had children, and at the time was a partial owner of a local business, Melrose Plastic, which was the manufacturer of artificial flowers. He was described as a big, bearded, and jovial man who was very involved in his community and the social scene. Not much of note seems to have happened since 1969 for Howard Elkins. However, that all changed in 1999 when by pure chance something unexpectedly came to light. What happened was that a house in Jericho, New York was sold, and the new owners wanted to get rid of this large, heavy, 55-pound drum that they found in the crawl space of their home. They managed with difficulty to get it to the curb of the house, but there they found that it was too heavy to be picked up by the waste disposal company. They weren't left with many options, so they opened the drum, and there they found a shocking and horrifying sight. Inside the drum was some green dye, polystyrene pellets, 2 rings, a locket, an address book, and the mummified remains of a pregnant woman. Due to the condition of the body and not knowing how long the remains had been in the drum, the woman was not initially identified. The address book was damaged by liquids and much of it was illegible. The woman was determined to be a Hispanic woman in her late 20s, between 4'9" and 5 feet tall, so very tiny woman, and she had some unusual dental work, which caused investigators to theorize that this work was not done in the U.S. She either went to another country to have the work done or she was not originally from the U.S. is what they determined, because they said the type of dental work that was done was not something that was done in the U.S. To identify this woman, the investigators looked at multiple angles. First, they were able to identify the origins of the metal drum that she was found in. It had been made in 1963 for transporting dyes, and records showed that it had been shipped to Melrose Plastic, the company partly owned by Howard Elkins and also the company that Raina was employed at. Then it turned out that Elkins was a former owner of the Jericho house where the drum was found. In fact, he was the first owner. As for the address book, infrared was able to be used to decipher small parts of it, including, as it turns out, a permanent resident card that was written out to Raina Marroquin. Sadly, this confirmed what people close to her had long suspected. Raina and her unborn baby were dead and had been for many years. Her cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to the head. Another item that was recovered from the address book was a phone number that belonged to Kathy Andrade. Police called her and was able to get information from her that could fill out some of the details for them, and told them how Raina had been having an affair with a married man, was pregnant with his baby, and feared for her life when she revealed the affair to his wife. Also in the barrel was a note that police were later able to determine read, "Don't be mad, I told the truth." Obviously, when this body turned up, Elkins was questioned by police. He denied any knowledge of the drum. It turns out that before the homeowners had removed the drum, there had only been 4 other owners of the house, the first of which was Elkins. Like I said, he was the first owner of that house. And besides Elkins, all of the other owners claimed that the drum had already been there in the house. But it was so large and so heavy that they had all just kind of left it where it was and forgot about it. The second owner said they just kind of rolled it into a corner and there it stayed, and they just never thought about it again. According to Elkins, he had at one point created an expansion on the basement of the house, which created the area where the drum was found. But he said he hadn't been down there. It could have been placed there by the contractor, workers, or subsequent owners of the property. Along with finding out where the drum came from, investigators were able to determine that the green dye was the kind and color used to dye the stems for plastic flowers, and the pellets were used for making the stems as well. This creates further ties to Elkins and his company. On September 9th, 1999, police questioned Elkins and asked him if he would be willing to give a DNA sample to see if his DNA matched that of the fetus. Elkins admitted that he had an affair a long time ago with someone who worked in the factory, but he wasn't able or willing to provide any more details of the woman or the affair. He also refused to give a DNA sample. Elkins at this time was 71 and living in a retirement community. He asked the police to leave, telling them he needed to discuss this with his wife. The next day, Elkins' family reported him missing before police were able to get a warrant. Shortly after that, Elkins' body was found by his son in a neighbor's garage. Elkins was watching the house for his neighbor and left his house, bought a shotgun, and then shot himself in the car in the garage. No suicide note was found. After his death, a paternity test was run, and although it was difficult to obtain a usable DNA sample from the fetus after so long, it was conclusively shown with 99.93% certainty that Elkins had in fact been the father. What's interesting about the case is that police were able to find the killer before they were able to identify the victim. Yes, they had not yet been able to determine that the body of the woman found in the drum was that of Raina until later when they were able to decipher more of the contents of the address book. One weird aspect of the case is that former employees report that at one point a woman who matched Raina's description came to the factory with a toddler, and there was a lot of joking and speculation at the time that Elkins was the father of this child. So, did Raina have another child with Elkins already? And if so, what happened to him? I couldn't find any more information about it, but it definitely left me wondering. Unless he regularly had affairs with people and it was just a coincidence that the woman seemed to fit Raina's general description. But, I'm confused by this aspect, but I thought I should mention it. Police theorized that the night of her death, Elkins had lured Raina to the factory and then beat her to death, putting her body in the drum, weighted down with plastic pellets and dye. They believed that it was his intention to dispose of the drum in the ocean, but after it was weighted down, he realized it was too heavy for him to transport, so instead he rolled it into the crawl space and just left it there. After the body was identified, a reporter who was covering the case flew down to El Salvador to find Raina's family and notify them of her death and that her body had been found. There he did manage to track down her mother, who is still remarkably alive at 95 years old. Raina's mother burst into tears when she was notified that her daughter's body had been found. Raina had been keeping in regular contact with her family in El Salvador, and when she stopped contacting them, they put out ads in local newspapers to see if anyone had any information on her. They finally came to accept that they may never have any answers as to what happened to her, but her mother said that she had nightmares of Raina being stuck in a barrel. That gives me chills. Raina's body was flown to El Salvador for burial, and just 1 month later, her mother also died, and they were laid to rest next to each other. This is just so tragic to me. I'm really glad that they were able to get answers to her disappearance all those years later and give her a proper burial. It gives me hope for some of the missing persons cases that are still unsolved now, but I hope we'll get resolution in the future. So what do you guys think of this case? It's haunting to me. It just haunts me. Just the whole thing. Thanks for tuning in today and watching this video, and see you on the next one.